Hi, so what we've got here is a 283 out of a 1962 Pontiac Parisienne. For those of you who are Americans, of course, Chevy powertrains, as you can see by the X-frame. This is a number matching car from the factory. It was a 283 two-barrel. We've got the 4GC carburetor on top. It had 170 horsepower factory, and our goal is to get it up to 240. To changes to help us get there, we've put in a set of 520 power pack heads, and of course the 4GC carb. The block had 135,000 miles on it. It's been bored out 40,000 over, and the camshaft, we've changed it as well. There's a Melling CCS 37, which was originally spec'd for a 305 high output, about an 83 or so Camaro. It was also found in the 1986 Corvette 350s. So it's supposed to be a fairly mild cam, so it should idle nice and innocent, and wake up, of course, when we put our foot into it. The exhaust system, 2.5-inch stainless steel, a Magnafull. First startup for this engine, we've already put some shields up here that we just made quickly for this. Ideally, if you have some old valve cover pans, take and cut that little center rise out of them, which would give you access to the studs for the rocker arms, and then you can adjust them without having a big mess. But we'll control it this way as best we can. So our next step is to take an oil primer, and we've already removed the distributor. That's what you can see here. We just put the blue towel over it so oil wasn't dripping all over the place. And we'll insert the oil prime down in there, connect the electric drill to it, and spin it until we get the pump putting oil up through all of the lifters. So this is our oil primer. As you can see here, there's a slot, the male end, that will drop down into the rod for the oil pump, and we'll just use that to spin the oil pump and get the oil circulating up through. That sounded like it might have worked actually. There we go. Okay, so we've just set the distributor back down in the hole, and first thing you want to do is, we know that this is the plug wire for number 1 cylinder, because I just set the cap on it, I didn't attach it. And so that should have the rotor button pointing at it, and if not, it's off. So we know that it's off, of course, because we were spinning the rod down there. So what we have to do now is take the distributor out, get a long screwdriver down there, and then it'll be a little trial and error to turn it to get it adjusted, because we need to have the rotor button pointing at number 1. We know we're at top dead center for number 1, because both of these valves have the same amount of play on them. They're both even. There's no downward pressure. They're fully up, and the harmonic balancer is showing 0 on the timing chain. So we know that's all set up properly as well. So it's the only thing that's out of sync right now is the distributor, and we'll get that set up and get back to it. Okay, so we've got the distributor dropped back down into the hole, and again taken the distributor cap, and of course, for those of you who may not know, there's a little lug right here, and it will fit in the lug the corresponding spot down on the distributor cap, and that's how you know you got your cap on, because there, I can't turn it, so it's in the right spot. So to make sure that we've got number 1, again this being number 1, I always like to line up a screwdriver across the carburetor so it's pointing at the number 1 terminal, pick it up, and lo and behold, there we are. So the next step, of course, we'll finish putting things back together, and then we'll show you a neat little trick to set the timing before we even start the engine. Okay, so now standard 12-volt test light, connect it to the negative side of the coil, and then put your test light down. First you got to put your power on, turn your key on. In this case we've not using the key, we've got some homemade switches going on there. And put your test light probe on your ground strap at the block. Rotate your distributor till your test light comes on. Keep advancing. When I said rotating, I mean in the advanced position. So keep moving it forward there. Test light goes off. Slowly, gently edge it backwards. I'm retarding it until the test light comes on. And then you will be timed. Right there. So that should have, so the reason your test light's coming on there is because the points are closing and completing the circuit. And this method should get you to within 1 to 2 degrees of where your timing is spec'd for your particular engine anyway. And then of course once you get it operational, then you go do it in the usual method. But that'll get you started. Okay, now the moment of truth. Poured some gas down the carburetor, and as you can see with the boat gas tank there, we've pumped it up, so there should be some gas into the fuel pump by now. Anyway, let's get this baby warm and see what's going to happen here. Okay, not too bad. Just need some more gas up in there, I think was our problem. Choke open. This intake, this engine actually hasn't been run in 5 years or more, so things are kind of dry up in there. All right, we'll hit her again here and see what's going to happen. Choke, come on, come on. Yeah.
Motor break-in. Here we go.
Well, here she is after the tune-up. All the adjustments have been complete. We've got a nice steady RPM. Back and sitting steady at 19